не сможем выиграть войну, если будем придерживаться западного наступления. У нас просто нет логистики, чтобы сделать это, и американское сопротивление было бы слишком яростным.
所以你有什么建议？
Это очень рискованная идея, но при правильном выполнении она действительно может сработать.
这是什么？
Это план вторжения на Юго-Восток.
你他妈是认真的吗？我们不能那样做。为了他妈的，他在辐射区。
В яблочко. Они не собираются ожидать вторжения в этот район.
你可能是对的。
У нас будет несколько передовых оперативных баз на Кубе. Оттуда подразделения, обозначенные буквой «В», являются китайскими войсками. Российские войска отмечены буквой «З». Несколько прибрежных районов будут подвергнуты бомбардировке, пока мы нацеливаемся на инфраструктуру, чтобы задержать американское подкрепление. По сути, это повторение Дня Д. Кодовое название этого плана вторжения – операция «Второй тайфун». Эта операция начнется 19 октября.
Authorities have issued a civil danger warning for Lee, Florida, Miami-Dade, Florida, Broward, Florida, Palm Beach, Florida, Collier, Florida, Henry, Florida, and Monroe, Florida, beginning at 3:32 a.m. and ending at 9:32 a.m. An invasion of the state of Florida is currently taking place. At approximately 3:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Chinese military forces amphibiouly landed on the beaches of southern Florida. Many cities and coastal forts in the region reported naval bombardment, and the United States National Guard's attention to repel this invasion have so far been inconclusive. This is an attack warning. Repeat, this is an attack warning. An attack warning means that an attack against the United States is currently ongoing, and protective action should immediately be taken. Anyone receiving this alert is required to seek immediate shelter underground. If an underground shelter is unavailable, get on the lowest floor of the well-built structure and hide in the most interior room. Lock all doors and keep away from windows. If you have a firearm, be prepared to use it, as the People's Liberation Army have been confirmed to be hostile towards civilians. Stay tuned to no wartime radio, commercial radio, or television outlets for the latest developments on this situation. Civil danger for the state of Louisiana. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. New Orleans is under siege. At approximately 2:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Russian paratroopers began to land in the city of New Orleans with the support of naval bombardment from Russian vessels. Several coastal forts in the state have reported amphibious landings by Russian army formations. It is believed that this is connected to the ongoing Chinese invasion of Florida. As a result, the city of New Orleans is entirely cut off. Do not attempt to evacuate. To repeat, do not attempt to evacuate. Heavy damage to infrastructure has been reported, and you are only putting yourself at risk. Seek shelter underground or in the most interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. The traffic in your area is reported as follows. Line Alpha, 30 personnel. Line Bravo, Russian paratroopers. Line Charlie, 2, 3, 1, 3. Bravo. Line Delta, 3 columns of mechanized infantry. Line November, AK-12s and RPGs. Line Yankee, 1, 0. Bravo. Tango. Romeos, 4, 6, 4, 5, 9. The National Guard's attempt to repel this invasion has been unsuccessful, as every unit in the area is combat ineffective. Do not seek shelter in a building with a green light on the roof. To repeat, do not seek shelter in a building with a green light on the roof. Those are terrace, and those particular buildings need to be used for reinforcement purposes only. Stay tuned to no wartime radio, commercial radio, or television outlets for further developments on this situation.
Fish and chips is a British thing. But Southern Hush Puppy breaded fish strips with fries, that can only be Arby's, Governor. Arby's, we have.
Message to observer, Alpha 3 rounds, AT delay in effect, 3 guns. Bravo 2 rounds, 2 guns, smoke on the deck. SEAD, CAS TOT 62. Target number, Hotel November 5209, request flash out.
Civil danger for the state of Texas. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. An invasion of Texas is currently ongoing. At approximately 3 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Russian military forces amphibiously landed on the beaches of southeastern Texas. Amphibious landing has been spotted in these areas: Natural Beach, White Camp Beach, Mustang Beach, Access Road 2 Beach, Holiday Beach, Matagorda Beach, Bryan Beach, Surfside Beach, San Luis Beach, Terramer Beach, CIO Beach, Stewart Beach, and Puerto Aransas Beach. If you are within a 10-mile radius of these areas, you need to evacuate now. Interstate closings will be announced by your local authorities, as some of them will be used for military reinforcement. It is not confirmed that this is a full-scale invasion of the southeastern United States, as amphibious landings have also been reported in the states of Florida and Louisiana. The National Guard's attempt to repel this invasion is currently inconclusive, but all units in the area are combat effective. Stay tuned to NOAA Wartime Radio, commercial radio, and television outlets for further developments on this situation.
Important message received from the Pentagon. With the invasion of the southeastern United States, the Army High Command has leveled into disorganization. Now not only is a reform plan to deal with the issue necessary, but also urgent, as the People's Liberation Army and Russian armed forces threaten the unity of America. Several staff members have advocated for reform plans due to the ineffectiveness of our armed forces since the start of the war, and they have been summoned by High Command to a meeting for them to lay their plans out. After a session of Army formalities, General James C. McConville presented a restructuring and mobilization plan focused on arming as many men possible, while improving the High Command to have an edge in planning over our enemies. While many conservative members applauded his proposal, General Daniel R. Hawkinson criticized it by quoting several instances in which planning and mass mobilization didn't earn the victory to Taiwan at the start of the war, instead advocating for the further development of motorized and mechanized elements to exploit enemy weak points. While both sides became gridlocked into a debate for different plans, General Mark A. Milley offered an alternative solution. The American strength lies within the industry, and that strength must be utilized to the fullest extent to turn the tides of the war. He stated that the effects of radiation in the southeastern United States would be extremely detrimental to the armed forces, stating that this is a new era, and our new war must be fought in a new way by proposing a massive increase in the creation of hazmat gear and gas masks. With drops in temperature across the United States due to the nuclear attacks earlier this year, this would increase unit combat effectiveness in cold climates. Mr. President, the choice is yours to make.
Message is transmitted at the request of the United States Department of the Army. As of 5:10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, President Joe Biden has issued a conscription order for the southeastern United States. This conscription order includes the states of Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Texas. As a result of the Selective Service Act of 2022, all United States citizens aged 21 to 30 are to report to their nearest Armed Forces Career Center. Conscripts will be evaluated and selected by which branch fits best for them. If this order does not apply to you, then you will be contributing to the war effort through the means of production. You will be producing items such as weaponry, hazmat suits, gas masks, support equipment, and vehicles. Conscripts in the southeastern United States will immediately deploy to stop the invasion in the states of Texas, Louisiana, and Florida. Conscripts elsewhere will be deployed to the Western Front. In addition to the Selective Service Act of 2022, President Biden signed the Anti-Retreat Act to prevent the further loss of American territory. The Anti-Retreat Act establishes that each front must create penal battalions, which will be to the most dangerous areas of the front lines. The United States Army will create a blocking detachment that will shoot traitors and cowards that retreat. All steps forward, no steps back. Any military personnel that is court-martialed will automatically meet the criteria to a penal battalion. Biden mentions that as regretful and brutal this order may seem, this is the best course of action to turn the tides of this war and end it once and for all. Let the courage of your ancestors that fought in previous wars inspire you today. This message will be retransmitted in 5 minutes.